Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Founders Grid, sponsored by Gaper.io. Today, we have Robert Breedlove. He's the founder and CEO of Parallax Digital. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us a brief background about yourself before starting Parallax Digital.
Sure. So I have my undergraduate and master's degree in accounting and finance. Straight out of school, I went into the certified public accounting field. I was a tax consultant for an entrepreneurial services firm. So we're doing tax strategy for high net worth individuals and investment partnerships. I earned my CPA designation. After a few years of that, I quickly discovered that the linear career path was not for me. So decided to go out on my own on the entrepreneurial path. And I first took a CFO role position with a specialty construction firm that we were responsible for building and disassembling trade shows, corporate events, conventions, things like that. After that, I was able to get back into my sweet spot, which is technology. I've been a lifelong technologist, grown up with computers, digital native, if you will. And so went and took a CFO role with a hospitality technology firm called Skywire. We were offering cloud-based hospitality technology services. So everything that a hotel needs to operate on the back end, we were offering those solutions delivered via both an on-premise and cloud format. And after a few years there, I had started investing personally in crypto assets. And around late 16, I decided to depart and start Parallax Digital. Parallax is a multi-strategy crypto asset hedge fund and a consulting practice focused on Bitcoin and crypto assets.
Interesting journey, and amazing journey, and good luck with all the future with Parallax Digital. So, what were the early days like? Starting out something new comes up with its challenges. A founder has to wear multiple hats, right? So, what was the first year like?
Yeah, so we actually started out very successfully. We launched our flagship fund in kind of the peak of the bull market. So we were able to raise a lot of capital, and we generated a lot of returns early on. However, we quickly moved into a bear market. As you're probably aware, and the world is widely aware by now, Bitcoin and crypto assets are a super volatile asset class. So we had kind of experienced the positive side of that early on, and then quickly shifted into the negative side of that. So that was quite challenging, just navigating those choppy markets, and communicating with our investors regularly, kind of playing psychologist in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
For people that were feeling the fear, doubt, and uncertainty. So it was extremely challenging, and frankly, the challenges continue. We're 3.5 years into the business, and yeah, we're still just kind of ironing ourselves out.
So, COVID has acted as a catalyst for some industries while it has affected the others. So, what about Parallax Digital? Has it been a catalyst for Parallax, or?
Yeah, so we're a bit fortunate that from a workforce standpoint, we've been running a flexible distributed operation. We had an office space in LA for some time, but really weren't getting a lot of use out of it because, again, we're kind of a digital native company. So we got very comfortable working from home, working remote, working on the road. So going into the COVID situation was kind of a natural transition for us. On the market side, though, we had a global sell-off in equities, gold, Bitcoin. Everything took a lot of pain in the wake of the global liquidity crisis triggered by COVID. So that's been a huge challenge for us. But workforce-wise was pretty seamless.
Got it. So my last question to you would be, as a founder, how are you able to manage the remote team, the customers, and everyone, and as well as looking after the mental health of all of them? So you need to
Mm.
maintain the relationships with the investors as well as look at the team. Being an early stage company or mid-sized company, it comes with its work challenges and pressures, right? So
Yeah.
how are you? Mental health is a big topic that is under discussion. So any practices that you're doing at Parallax with the team or customers that keeps everyone happy?
Yeah, I would say mental health is challenging because it is a bit of a lonesome road, especially it kind of already was before when you're working on your own a lot. But now that we've been in this lockdown situation where you're literally in isolation, it's sort of amplified that. My reprieves from work are exercise. So I like to try to work out at least, you know, 3 to 5 times a week for an hour a day. And then I've been trying to meditate an hour a day. And that's helped me maintain a lot of psychological stability and emotional stability. Um, but I think in general, I think the other thing for managing relationships remotely is to just be consistent. Like to just like I have set hours for myself to come into work. I actually do have a little office space that I go into outside the home, which is kind of helpful for me just to formalize the getting ready process and going into work. Just makes it feel a little more real versus just kind of going to your living room. Um, and then I have a lot of screen real estate, and I have a pretty good system for what I have like 4 windows open at a time. A couple of those are usually communication channels, and a couple of those are work channels. And I think just having a lot of access visually gives you kind of the ability to multitask and stay on top of a lot of moving pieces simultaneously.
Got it. Got it. Robert, take care of yourself, stay safe, and thank you so much for being on the show. We could have discussed more, but my marketing team tells me I need to keep my questions within 10 to 12 minutes. So stay safe and good luck with Parallax.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.